Welcome to Ecstatic Movement. I am Grace. So happy for you to join me today. We're going to be moving spontaneously, warming up the body, and just exploring our body and noticing the sensations and the aliveness and creating that deeper sense of sacred embodiment in our bodies. And we're going to practice some balances today, too. So we're on week 4, and Brahmacharya is that non-excess, non-greed. We're releasing all that no longer serves us, letting go of anything that's outdated in our conditioning or even in our homes. If it's not inspiring us, if it's not serving a purpose, if it has an emotional attachment, I have some sentimental attachment to that I keep. So that serves a purpose. But if it's not even serving that, or if it's an old sentiment that doesn't mean anything anymore, using your intuition we're just cleaning out this week. We're letting go of what no longer serves, any excess. And we've been on Dharana, our 6th limb of Patanjali's 8-limb single-pointed focus. So today we are going to be in spontaneous movement. We've been in a lot of concentration in our practices this week, and I acknowledge you for really sticking to that. And I know that takes a lot, and just the 4th week to have that much concentration. So I acknowledge you. And today we're just going to have fun. We're not going to have to, but then our closing meditation, we'll be doing a rapture meditation. And the invitation is to bring the single point of focus on this heart chakra, this powerhouse within us, and giving ourselves self-love. So that's going to be just bringing that love in towards ourselves. We spend a lot of time in the day giving to everyone else, and even if it's the cashier or the person or our children or spouse or parents, whoever, we're giving clients. And this is our time set aside to give to us. This is our time where all the focus is on ourselves. And this is the most valuable time for all of us. So thank you for being here. And let's sit in a comfortable position. Hi, Xander. So happy to have Xander in the house. And we're just moving back and forth in your body, enjoying the sensations and becoming connected. We're kind of scan the body as we move, the physical body, and bring our awareness to the physical body in time and space, 360 degrees. You want to get your arms into the stretch, to just really be in that body for a moment as that doorway. We first come back to our bodies. We're out in this world, and thoughts and helping and distractions and all the diversions out here. And so we first come back to this is our body and what's inside here. So I'm going to invite us to take a nice deep breath into the belly, moving into a nice cow, extension of the spine, and exhale into cat. And continuing this as you enter into this more etheric body, this prana, this energy that originates within, but this within has no end to the in. It's infinitely within. You keep following that source back. It becomes source, creator, everything. And this is where we have this deep connection and oneness with as we bring our awareness to this energy body, this pranamaya kosha, the pranayama, inhaling into your cow and exhaling into cat. Beautiful. And we're going to move into a nice gentle twist. You're going to bring the right hand to the left knee and take that left hand right behind the buttocks. Inhaling as you lengthen the spine. And exhaling as you twist. And I'm going to invite you to dive your awareness into Pratyahara now. As you hold the pose and continue to breathe and deepen. The twist, if that feels on your exhale, if you'd like to deepen it. As you dive inside and take a few breaths here in this pose, knowing you can always come out at any time. You can always rest at any time, always honoring your body, never moving into pain, always backing off. Dive inside. And bask in that inner nectar. Releasing that side. And let's move over to the other side. I like to always make a little micro movement to the other side, even if I'm going there. So the left hand's on the right knee, right hand's behind the buttocks. Inhaling, lengthening the spine. And exhaling, twisting. Find your twist, continuing to breathe, lengthening on the inhale. And if it's in your practice and it's in your body, to twist a little on the exhale. And then taking a few breaths as you just stabilize the pose and dive into that Pratyahara, this emotional being, this dynamic energy field within, pulsing, the charges, the heart beating. And one more breath. And releasing at the bottom of the exhale. Do that little micro movement to the side. And then we're going to move into a gentle child's pose. Moving into your child's pose. And we're moving into our dharana. So we're going to bring that single point of focus. Let's bring that to the third eye or any chakra that you want to. I'm going to bring it to my third eye because my head's going to be down, and it's always that, pineal gland, that center of the head, the pituitary and the pineal gland sit right there. That's our third eye. We can activate that. And it's a single point of focus as we rest and breathe a few breaths in child's pose, practicing that dharana. And one more breath in. An inhale coming up and moving into an up dog. Feeling that nice extension of the spine, strong arms, fingers spread out. And Xander's not going to like this very much. And inviting you to move back and forth into your child's pose or cat-cow in the table. Oh, Xander, I hate to even bother him. I'm moving back and forth, making any spontaneous movements in your body that feel good, and keeping that breath flowing as you move from your up dog to table, cat-cow, and child's pose. Adding any little adjustments you may want to. And keeping the breath flowing. And enjoying the movements. And then coming back into a table pose. And we're going to curl the toes under. I'm sorry, Zandy. And we're going to move into a down dog as you straighten the legs, lift the hips. And feel that nice down dog. Fingers spread out. Find maybe if you wrists, you can do fists or teacup. And that upper arm has a slight external rotation. And the upper legs have a slight internal rotation. I'm feeling that as you bring the head between the arms, letting that heart and those heels come down towards the earth, maintaining that beautiful alignment. And engage your bandhas and breathe here. And move into meditation. Just a meditative flow of awareness. Conscious that you're conscious, aware that you're aware. The neutral observer, equanimous witness. Beautiful. When you feel ready, start to walk the hands walk the feet up towards the hands. And rest in a forward fold for a moment and maintaining that nice state of meditation. You can grab the elbows and the backs of the calves. And shake that head, yes, no, gently releasing and letting anything that no longer serves you just empty out, like if you were to empty a trash can or a vacuum filter, just let it all go, all that no longer serves. Any programming, any wounding or triggers or conditioning that's just outdated and no longer good, let it all release from your head, right out the crown chakra. The old stagnant energies, resentments, hurts, can just let go. They're in the past. They're not serving you. They're clogging up, and we want to make space for a new version and creation of ourselves. Let's nice and slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time from the lumbar to the lower thoracic, a string of pearls, all the way up, mid-thoracics, upper, and finally those cervicals coming to a standing position. We'll move into some movements, so maybe just some twists or gentle movements, some shaking out, starting slowly. And find this, put on a music that really inspires you to move, and we move into this movement. Any spontaneous movement works. Just find you may decide you want to do a little bouncing and shaking off that energy, getting rid of anything else that no longer serves, shaking out the toxins, letting it all shake out. They have machines worth thousands of dollars that you can get on that'll do the same thing. But we can do it every week in our static movement. You want to start to add some movements when you're bouncing, shaking your legs, just moving the body, and start to begin to move the body in ways that you normally don't even move, things that you're not used to. Getting the whole body into it, the shoulders, the knees, the hips, and gently with the head, and moving the body, bouncing, kicking. It's having fun moving in your body, like you did when you were a kid. Always moving in your body. And when music came on, you always danced. You weren't frightened. Jump rope. I love doing the jump rope. And you can do jumping jacks. You can do kicks. Bring the hands in all different directions. And the legs. Finding new ways to move your body. Just enjoying it. Having fun. And just see if you can take up some more space and move around a little more. Do some new things. Maybe some cartwheels. Who knows what? Just allowing the body to move naturally, spontaneously, and enjoying the movements. I'm going to put my music on. Just move in fun, silly ways that make you feel good. And anytime you want to take a break from your movement and just bring yourself into Pratyahara, noticing all that dynamic energy, that aliveness. And you can start moving again. Want to get really in touch with this inner presence, this inner being, this true self. Bring our awareness in, not into the mental body of ourselves, not into the psyche of ourselves, into the felt being. This eternal self is beyond thought. And so if you want to begin to just continue to dance and move, and while we're standing, I'm feeling right now to open these hips a little, make hip circles, but maybe you're feeling something different. So find what you feel good about. Keeping that breath flowing. And beginning to slow down a little bit wherever you're at. Maybe a little, if you're dancing, you can be slow dancing. Maybe you're stretching a little bit. Really getting into your body, present to this beautiful body, the sensations. And taking a moment now to take a pause before we do just a few more things, standing up, and bring the hands to Anjali Mudra and dive your awareness inward. And rest in this dhyana, this meditative awareness, and bringing your single focus inward, resting in dhyana meditation, in that buddhi mind, that higher mind, and allow Purusha to come and touch you. And bring you into a direct experience of samadhi. Very slight, subtle shift in consciousness. You can begin to gently come back, or maybe you want to rest in that meditative samadhi experience. We're just going to make some very gentle movements, gentle stretches, finding what feels good for your body. And you can move into a little cross crawling, integrate that right and left brain. Remember, if you have something important to do, maybe right in before you get in your car to drive, test you need to take, important meeting, do a couple cross crawls, even do the feet. Nice, the feet. Let's tap that thymus. Beautiful. And we're going to move into let's move into a wide leg forward fold. Nice wide legs. And let's come down to the earth. Just making some spontaneous movements in wide leg forward fold. And the hands wherever they want to go. And when you're ready, coming down to the floor and coming onto your back. Oh, you know what? Sorry, we're going to do some balances. While we're on the floor, let's do a couple floor balances, and then we'll stand back up and do a couple balances. So let's move into bear pose. We're resting on those sits bones, into that sacrum. And let's rest the left heel on the floor as you extend the right leg up. Feel a nice stretch in that leg. And then moving to the other leg. And then see if you can balance up and open up both legs. And breathe, lengthening the spine. Find a drishti, point that's not moving to gaze at. And engage the bandhas and breathe. And one more breath. And we'll move into our boat balancing pose. And we're resting again on the sits bones and the sacrum here. I like to go into half boat to start, and you can always come back into this if you need a break. So the legs are parallel to the floor, and you get the hands right behind the knees and the hamstrings. And then straightening those legs out and the arms out, moving into the full boat, finding your drishti and breathe. One more breath. Coming back into half boat. And then relaxing the legs down. And let's come into a gentle squat for a moment. Alasana. Just enjoying A little break in squat. Opening up the hips. And then bringing the hands to the floor, straightening the legs and coming to a standing position. We're going to move into a few balancing poses. So let's start with tree pose. Vikrasana. We're going to bring all the weight into the right standing leg. So imagine that this right leg is a tree trunk. And it's got roots deep into the earth. And we'll bring the left leg. Now the left leg can opening up the hip first. Just to begin, let's just rest the left heel on the right leg with that hip open. And then finding as you move up where not on the knee, but you can come up or you can even come up into half lotus, which I actually like because my foot doesn't slip down my leg. And finding your tree, finding your arms. Are you a coniferous tree? Are you a deciduous tree? Find a drishti and breathe. And on the exhale, releasing down. Your next exhale. We move to the other side. So we're going to bring our energy and our weight into the left standing leg. Imagining it is a tree trunk and those roots are going deep into the earth. And then opening up this right leg. Hip is open. The right heel resting on the left leg. And then bringing that leg up. Finding your pose, wherever that is. Maybe it's just the heel on the leg, the toes on the floor. And find a drishti and breathe. And on the next exhale, bringing that leg down. Beautiful job. So let's move into eagle. Bringing my weight into the right standing leg. There's two ways to get into this. Let's do it from chair because we didn't do that last week from chair. So for eagle, a nice way to get into eagle, I'll kind of go this way so you can see my legs too, is you move into chair first. So you're already got your knees bent. And you can relax your hands down for now. And then take that left leg over the right. If you can bring that left foot around the back of the right leg, wonderful. So my left leg is on top, so my left arm will be on the bottom. And then bringing the elbows down, maybe even bending a little further down into your pose. Engage the bandhas, find your drishti and breathe. One more breath. Bottom of that exhale, releasing the leg. Beautiful job. So we'll move into eagle on the other side. Moving into your chair pose. Relax the arms. We're going to take the right leg over the left. Wrap that foot around if you can. And my right leg is on top, so my right arm will be on the bottom. And then bringing those elbows down. Find your drishti and breathe. You may even want to bend a little deeper. One more breath. Releasing at the bottom of the exhale. Beautiful job. Let's shake out those legs. Let's do a little easier one before we move on to dance, or maybe we'll do just two more. We do half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. This is another version. It's not our side angle moon. This is the balancing half moon. And so we're going to start with the right leg. So bringing your weight into the right leg and bend that knee, find a spot where you can bring your hand down, you feel will be, just kind of play it out so you can kind of eyeball where that hand will come down depending on your body. And it's going to be, overturn the foot, finding you're in alignment with that foot, but maybe a little bit forward. That some of your my feet are in release. Okay, perfect. Find your spot. We'll bring the weight into the right leg. And then coming down, bringing the right arm down to the floor. And left leg is up and left arm is up. And you can gaze up at fingertips or keep the head in alignment with the spine. And engage the bandhas and breathe. One more breath here. Releasing at the bottom of this next exhale. Beautiful. I noticed when I looked at myself that my back leg was getting a little lax. So is where you can add those constantly adjusting yourself and aligning your body. If I was a little more mindful, I would have been able to adjust my body, my leg back up. So it's always a work in progress. And so now we're going to bring the weight to the left leg. Bend that leg and find where your hand naturally kind of goes down and it's comfortable for you. Okay. Beautiful. We'll move into the pose, bringing all the weight into the left leg. And bending that leg, bringing the hand down, straightening the leg, bringing the right arm and leg up. And engage those bandhas, find your drishti, and breathe. And I'm going to be mindful of that back leg. One more breath here. Bottom of the exhale coming out. Beautiful job. Good job. Right, we're going to do one more balance and then we're going to come down to the floor and we're going to do our rapture meditation. Let me look at the time. We might have time for a savasana too. Okay. So dancer. I love dancer. I think it's one of the more challenging of the balancing poses. So you can use something to hold on to. So instead of having that hand up, you can have the hand here. You can have a chair that you hold on to. I often have a really that chair. Little back of the chair can always be helpful. So know that holding on to things and using props and support is very, very good, especially when you're first learning a new balancing pose or balancing poses to begin with. And then you just can gradually, as your balance gets better, lessen the amount of props. And sometimes you need them. You just have an off day and you need a props, and that's okay. We don't judge in yoga, so We don't judge ourselves, especially. So we're going to do this in 2 stages, and you may want to just stay at the stage 1. I love stage 1. I feel more of a stretch in stage 1 than I do in the full pose, but it's a deeper balance, and it engages more muscles. But this stage 1 will give you a really nice stretch of the quadriceps. All right, so we're going to bring all the weight and all the energy into the right standing leg. Imagining that going deep into the earth, bringing the right arm up or holding on to support. And I'm going to lift the left leg, and I'm going to bring my hand onto the inside of the left foot and hold it right here at the arch, the foot. And then we're going to hinge gently forward just a little bit, and we're going to bring that left leg back. Feel a nice stretch, and you can even bring the heel in a little. And find where that stretch feels really good for you. And taking a breath here. Then if you'd like to move into the full pose, we'll hinge forward. So you bring your torso parallel to the floor and press the foot into the hand, that back foot, that left foot. Find your drishti and breathe. One more breath. If you come out, you can always go back in. And then coming up. Releasing the foot. Coming up. Beautiful job. We move to the other side. Bringing your energy, your attention, your weight into the left leg. Very little weight on this right leg. Bringing that left arm up. And then we're going to lift the right foot up, grabbing the inside of the right foot, bring that in towards the body, it hinges out, and then just a gentle hinge and bring that right thigh back and feel that nice stretch. And taking a deep breath more. And then, if you'd like to, hinging and moving into the full pose, pressing the back foot into the hand, finding your drishti and breathe. One more breath. Releasing on the exhale. Always a little more challenging on my left side, but it's getting better as I practice. Beautiful job. Four balances. Good work. I'm really proud of you. Let's move into standing yoga mudra, a short savasana, and a rapture meditation. Opening up those shoulders and the chest, clasping the hands behind you. And we begin to hinge forward. Allowing that heart to be the highest organ in the body. And breathe. Honoring the heart. And finishing up this breath, and when you feel ready, releasing the hands and coming all the way down onto your back into Savasana pose. And moving into some hip hula, hip pointers, just moving those hips around, maybe bringing the knees into the chest. It's just moving around, maybe some cat-cow. Really finding any little bit of releasing and relaxing. in this low back, hip, pelvis area. Maybe even a little side to side with the knees. Resting them on one side or the other. Or windshielding them back and forth. And resting them over to the other side, keeping them balanced both sides. And coming back to center and moving into your Savasana, but making any last movements you might need to make. Final movement that maybe you didn't get to do, and anything you need to take care of, a sweater, a jacket, an eye pillow, a blanket, socks. Finding a nice, comfortable position on the earth, on the floor. And allowing everything to relax even deeper. Inviting deep relaxation and silent stillness as you absorb all the energies of this practice. And I will bring you back. Taking a nice deep breath into your belly. As you begin to gently come back, you wiggle your fingers and your toes. Begin some gentle movement in your body. Be stretching out the arms and the legs. When you feel ready, rolling over to one side, taking a breath here. You come up nice and slowly. Inhale, coming up to a seated position. And we're going to conclude with a rapture. It's a really good song. Hope you can hear it. Finding your song, or you can listen in with me at my song. And remembering rapture meditation is our time to maintain this deep, deep connection inside our own being. And while we maintain this connection inwardly, this source of all the love in the universe, we begin to radiate and shine that light out in all directions. So it's going out through the heart, all the chakras. It's going vertical, it's going diagonal. It's like the sun. We become the sun, and we shine this joy, we shine this love, we shine this peace, and it stays rooted and sourcing from inside us. And we may cry, we may laugh, our hands may come up, they may come down. Just allow it to be. You can't do rapture meditation wrong, because sitting with and basking in your own true nature, which is rapture. Connect with your divine and share that light.
Lord, make me innocent of thy peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, Father. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is silence, joy. Oh, divine master, right now in my soul, mercy to be consoled as to my soul, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is a giving that we receive. It is embodiment that we are finding. It is the light that we are born into eternal promise unto through the
And to honor our lesson this week on chanting, I do a spontaneous chant, and I invite you to do your own chants. You need to create a few chants this weekend for yourselves. Let's present to come forward. Heya, hoe kune nini heya, heya, heya. Hoe e kunde heya mani heya, heya, heya. Heya, heya, hunde maya, heya, 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 heya. Heya, heya, heya. Thank you for joining me with Ecstatic Yoga. I am Grace with Ecstatic Yoga Studio, and I wish you a beautiful day. Stay present in this sacred body temple that we're so blessed to have and have this experience. Wishing you a most beautiful and most blessed day. Namaste.